shit. Leveled gunner? That sounds like a bad time for when you're trying to get a bed. No, you cannot, my man. Why are you heal your companion right now? Did Gage really fucking, like, fall down and die off the elevator somehow? Already. Seems pretty unlikely, but I suppose it's not impossible.
Sweet.
And apparently I'm getting fucking sick just from like walking around. Maybe melee only and crafting. Knife, musket, bow, and arrow. Those are the three things that he uses. So yeah, I would just take a combat knife and a laser musket. Yeah, I honestly think Gage got fucking sick and fell down somewhere and he's like, I need help. Again. It's like, are you sure you're not just bullshitting me right now? You somehow got downed by a fucking crippled gator claw. That doesn't make sense. Oh, he's right there.
Come with me.
Yeah, see, he fell down and then he was immediately like, okay, I'll go back to town and wait for you. Pretty impressive, Gage. Pretty impressive.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did was I gave him
What's up?
all the drinks
Hey.
and
What
things.
you need?
Hey.
So what I need to do is I just need to keep a few of those on my person. The only thing I wanted him to carry was my sodas, really. But he can carry 20 of these, probably. And he can have some stim packs, just I guess not all of them.
Yeah. What is it?
Just marveling at your incapacity.
That last one died too fast.
Nope, nothing in there.
Seems like the work never ends, but I'll get it done somehow.
You can hear every sound. By the way, are these Sennheiser headphones? Yes, they are. They're studio headphones. The HD 280 Pros or whatever and shit. I should probably add those to my gear list, huh? But, yeah, the mic is just an AT2020. Just like pretty standard fucking basic mic, you know. One that's actually mounted on an armature. My fucking Yeti Blue was such a... I mean, the Yeti Blue picked up everything too, but it was just like it would pick up everything and pick up shit in the next room and down the street and fucking your thoughts, everything. What are we doing here? Okay, so we just saved, quote unquote. We've only got 10 minutes left in the stream, but the only thing that I really think we ought to do isn't go back to Safari Zone and get killed. It's restock our ammunition, which is pretty fucking low. So yeah, that's a great time in Nuka World. Fuck around all day.
Man, this is a waste of time.
Well, then what the hell are you doing out there? Hey, Chumpy. Samson Studio mic. Is that good for you? Do you like that?
Nisha really only has one rule around here.
It doesn't really matter if Robinson Crusoe used a bow or not, because there's nothing even remotely like that in this game. There's no bow, there's no crossbow, there's no, you know, I mean, there's the syringer rifle if you want a dart gun. But I would rather actually, let's see, I think I would rather break my fucking feet by jumping off of a high building and landing in the water, and then having to try to swim with broken feet to the shore, than use the syringer rifle.
If you're wearing a collar, it's because you asked for it.
Yeah.
Ain't no one's a slave that don't want to be.
Alright, here we go.
As long as you keep your eyes on the merchant.
Railway rifle. Yeah, the railway rifle would do the best single shot damage of anything that we could get our hands on. But what we really need to do is... well, I suppose I ought to lightweight this thing. Yeah, what we really ought to do is try our best to get to the point to where we're not just getting killed by everything. I mean, that single shot damage off the railway rifle would be okay, but it's not going to be fantastic. It's not going to, like, outstrip everything that we're using so far, you know? We don't need this anymore now that we've got it, right? I suppose I had to keep that shit for later. We keep grabbing up all the 7.62 ammunition like I'm going to come across a 7.62 weapon in here. So, you guys remember the sheriff. You know, you can put that stun mod on one of these, or you can even go get the radiation one, the Shemdrown's sword, or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, that's a good time. Okay.
I swear, half the manhole covers I open have ghouls waiting.
This guy's got weapons.
Stock up or just making the rounds.
The Gauss rifle would be good too, but we're not going to find one of those in a while, would be my guess. Alright. The splatter cannon is the only 7.62 gun that I've seen him sell so far. Which is too bad. Because he sells, of all the things this guy sells, he sells a fucking ton of the ammunition for it. 1,000 rounds of 7.62 just sitting there. But the only gun that he sells that I can buy that has that as a caliber is the splatter cannon. And this thing would be awesome. This is like one of my favorite guns in this game, but I can't use it because it's called the splatter cannon, and it's always in his inventory. I'm not really sure what we were trying to prove with this character now that I come to think about it. This thing's got a fucking recon scope on it. I could pull that and use it, but I don't think we need any better scopes than the ones we've got already. It's the hunting rifle or whatever sniper rifle that has a whatever a silencer on it that would be really useful for us. But none of this stuff seems to be in that situation, so. But we're gonna run out of caps playing this shit. I keep forgetting to put this thing on.
If you need supplies, I'm your girl.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Right away, boss.
Supplies? Girl? What are you talking about, lady? Yeah, we don't need that. I keep stacking these up like we're gonna come across a gun for it, but I haven't yet found one. Maybe I'll let Gage carry
What's
that
up?
shit. He's not going to use it on anything, I don't think.
Say the word, boss. I'm on it.
Okay. Last, we need to pull The reinforced.
General supplies here.
Wait, what do you have
Come
on
and
you?
stock up.
This is just standard with nothing miscellaneous. How come the reinforced one is less for you? There you go. Now we'll have slow motion when I'm almost
What do
dead.
you need today, boss?
I'll take a look. Sure.
Right away.
But on a hunting rifle, you're a madman if you use the recon scope. It looks ridiculous. I'm just worried that it's gonna stick out too fucking much. I mean, it's nice when you're playing on survival because you can kind of tag weapons or enemies, and you'll have a sense of like where they're at. But it doesn't really matter. Much as I appreciate how little we've done today, we actually got to stop.
I can take care of any sickness or injury.
I don't have sickness or
Don't worry about
injuries. Yeah, there was a lot of things that made it so that I probably shouldn't have come here. The thing that I should have done was agree to come to Nuke World only if I get to either A, use power armor, or B, use legendary unique items. Because despite the fact that we have a fair amount of luck, we don't actually find that much. Well, we don't find a whole lot really at all of the legendaries that we get off the ground. This is supposed to affect that. This is supposed to affect how many legendary enemies you come across. But we do have Gauge. That's nice. And we have two weapons here. This is the one we have been using to get through much of this Safari Zone section. And this one is the one that we're sort of using to kind of get past the not Safari Zone shit. However, we haven't yet been able to make good use of this because the only other section we've tried is the Dry Rock Gulch section, and the Dry Rock Gulch section has an enemy called a cave cricket that is both impossible apparently to cripple their legs, and I don't have nearly enough VATS points somehow to make good use of it with this thing. So those fucking cave crickets kill me in like 2 hits, even though I'm wearing fucking full armor. I mean, I quote unquote full armor. This is pretty fucking paltry armor for Nuka World. The Nuka World basic armor shit that you can get off of the different enemies is much better than this stuff.
Having to wear the collars like that.
But everything should be all set up, ready to go. I do like Nuka World. I just we kind of fucked ourselves with this character. Number one, we're not really playing a build, so to speak. There's no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no synergy of perks. Do you know what I mean? The perks don't work together because there are none. We're just stacking.
What you want to catch.
We're just stacking the strength of whatever. So yeah, that sucks. Another major problem. Well, let's see. We're still in Safari Adventure. Another major problem is each of these sections is set up to be extremely painful for, you know, for every kind of class, every kind of build. They wanted to make it so that there was at least
No one's a slave that don't want to.
at least a pain in the fucking ass for one type of character. So like with Nicole, she had no problem with Dry Rock Gulch. She had no problem with the weird irradiation bullshit zombie
That last
world.
one died too fast.
She had no problem with
No, goddammit, keep your voice down. I was talking about spooking the traitors. But now that you mention it, shit happens out there.
Yeah, for like if you were a heavy machine gun type build or whatever, you'd probably do okay. Up until you had to go up maybe against the gator claws. Let's see, if you were a pistol build, you'd definitely have problems with the gator claws. You'd probably have problems with the robots too. If you were a sniper character, you'd be okay against most of this stuff, but you'd have probably the hardest time against the gators unless you were using a really, really strong rifle. And you were somehow able to pull off one-shot kills even on the robots and the gator claws. And of course, the melee build will have a problem with the robot section, even if they're so strong that it does not become a problem. Fucking rad rat. Goddamn, almost killed me. That's good. I'm so glad. I didn't even see it. She got to reload. I was like, what are you doing? Don't act like you're going to fire another shot yet. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
You're so fucking dead.
I was like, how many goddamn rats are coming out of this thing? Oh, goody. Now, why would my hotkeys be removed? Oh, because I pulled them all onto... Right. Oh, shit. We're almost out of purified water, too. Ew. Redox with a $50 donation first thing in the morning. He says, thanks for the endless hours of entertainment. Well, thank you, Redox, and let me tell you something about that donation. You're the first person to donate this week, and it's a big one, so I'm going to put you right into the thing. What game do you think you would like to see me play on Sunday? Because right now, it's quite possible that you're the person for the job. I will leave that right there, and we will discuss it in a second. Yeah, you can intimidate stuff with the pistols too. That's a good point. If you're up against robots, they're like the only things you can't really intimidate. We do have this stuff. One of those will take us a ways, but we're gonna get fatigue in order so that we don't have broken fucking legs. That is not at all what I wanted to do. I wanted to switch to my rifle. Instead, I used a purified water, and I stimpacked myself again. Some food in a toilet, I guess. You really got to respect the pre-war ride engineers. The spinning teacup ride still works after 200 years and no maintenance. So does the roller coaster, right? This isn't a responsibility I was looking for. Well, Redux, sometimes people just say streamer's choice if they don't really give a shit. They just wanted to support the stream. And, you know, it's totally okay to think about it for a while. You could be like, I don't know, I'll tell you fucking tomorrow after I think about it for a while. That's, like, legit. A fucking withered feral ghoul, huh?
You and me.
I like that he got up and did a little hop skippity jump. That was a good time. He like somehow managed to find his feet right as I blew his goddamn leg off. He was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Unsteady Freddy. Fell over immediately. Alright, Redox. I heard that. Yeah, I don't usually make a call based on what I think is popular. Most of the time, I just if I'm given a choice, I'll put on something that I just have sitting in my Steam library that I haven't had a chance to play yet. Hey, Artsy, how you doing? Sorry, we had a weird crash at the end of your day stream yesterday. But I am glad we got to at least kill what's his fuck it in well, not kill him, but defeat him again in Dead Rising. I was afraid we were gonna finish. The stream off without even having actually killed the guy. Like we were gonna get fucked on him, and then we were finally just gonna have to restart. But it was thanks to the random remembering that. Oh, good.
We got company.
Yeah, no shit.
I see you.
The fuck? The hell kind of cave cricket is that, man? Where the fuck's my guy? Oh, he's standing behind this bench here.
I've done this hundreds of times. Think you'll be any different?
Well, that's weird.
Hey, come on back. Let's finish this.
Yeah, I had a good time. I completely had forgotten how to play Dead Rising, but we did fucking figure out a way to break the game to kill the whatevers, the fugitives.
Sure was fun. Come on.
Yeah, it was a good time. Of course, there's probably 20 more where this guy came from, but sure. This place is probably crawling with them, you know what I mean? I can feel my caution tape getting smaller and smaller.
Bugs. One more thing to wipe off my friggin' shoes.
Okay. I guess we're good. What classes do I start today? Well, I basically only have the 3 classes, and they're all today. One of them is online, so I don't have to worry about that. The other 2 are, I think, like the biology class and the fundamentals of programming, which I've now taken 3 times and dropped twice because the class was always taught by somebody who was like, we're going to teach this class in a classroom with no computers. So I hope you either have a laptop, which at the time I didn't have, and I guess I still don't. I have a tablet. And B, we're going to teach it using like you taking notes through like PowerPoint presentations. And I'm the last time I took it, I was taking it from a similar situation to my trigonometry class, where it was an Iranian woman who didn't speak English that well and also occasionally wrote numbers backwards. And if you don't speak English that well, explaining programming concepts is not something that you're really set up to do. You know what I mean? Ooh. Giant goddamn Brahmalov. That does not belong there. There's a prisoner. And a pack veteran. That's not a thing I could win a fight against. Although I bet if I sit here for long enough, those pack veterans and that Brahmalov will fight. Maybe, possibly. No, I think they're going the wrong way. So I dropped that class because I was like, seriously, it's a night class. This building is almost entirely empty. The only thing that's in this building is classrooms full
Everything's got its uses, but
full of computers, and then this one classroom full of people and no computers. Are we seriously not going to do this with a room that has computers in it? So I dropped it, and now I'm taking it again. And hopefully it works out this time. Nuke World is definitely a bitch without power armor. In total, around 450 armor with no power armor. Yeah, I mean, you can stack up quite a bit of armor without power armor, especially if you go through Far Harbor first. Totally dig on that concept. But we didn't go to Far Harbor first.
Drinking contest.
I just almost set the house on fire.
I did? Why? How did you do that?
I left some oil warming up in the pan and it caught like a fucking torch.
Uh-huh. Did you react to that appropriately?
I did actually.
You,
I didn't
just,
put water on
you
it
smothered
or
it?
anything.
Okay, yeah. Why did you leave oil in the pan in the first place? What were you trying to make? Eggs? Oh. That would explain why it suddenly smells like we're frying a bunch of hash browns in here.
It was almost our house that we were frying.
Yeah, well, that's I'm glad that you handled it appropriately. Well,
hi guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Have you had a cup of coffee yet?
Not yet.
You should probably start with that. I haven't had a cup of coffee yet either.
That's so weird. Why would it catch on fire?
It just gets to a certain point where it's heated up enough that it catches on fire. It happens
I've
all.
never ever had it happen to
That
me.
happens all the time. Have you ever seen like restaurant clips on television where they're just
Yeah,
constantly
no.
flipping fucking fire out of their pan? Yeah, that's what happens. You never had it happen to you before ever in your
Never
whole life?
in my life.
Wow. Well, a good start to your new week. Your fresh new week. At least you didn't burn the house down. You can begin the week by saying that you had a problem, but you solved it, and then check out the beat while the DJ resolves it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want coffee?
I'm drinking this thing. I feel like every time I have a cup of coffee, it makes me more tired. Oh, good. Well, it looks like... Oh, we got Cito again. Look at this army. The army of manly men. It's like 2 members of the village people right here. It looks like we almost, but not quite, burned our house down. But Elena reacted appropriately, so everything is fine. I find it's actually kind of amazing that it never did create a problem. So last time we went through, we killed basically all the gator claws. Then we got into this room here. Does anybody see anything wrong with this picture? You can't apostrophize a plural word. The only thing that would make sense about this statement right here that says employees only terminal is if there's one employee and this is their only terminal. The employee's only terminal. That's what this says. It doesn't say employees only terminal. GG Bethesda. Fucking Raiders programmed Nuka World, clearly. God damn, I would be fucking furious if I found that thing out. I would release a patch just to fix that if I was in charge of Bethesda. And be like, well, the very last thing we want people to think is that we're not capable of even the most, sought after, unfucked up grammar. Well, he's already got leg broke. Cito's going in. Gage is blocked by me. Don't know how he's even hitting the guy. Welcome to Yora Doom. You are Doom. I like that it's all Gage doing all the damage in this DLC. My name is Nick Employee, and this here is my terminal. Alright, Gage. What are you waiting for? A better fucking angle on him?
Won't be nothing left if you went out, son.
Oh. Surprise! Caveman with sledgehammer out of nowhere. We should have gotten one of these guns and kept it, but I guess I fucked up by not doing that.